What's going on, YouTube? I want to talk about who has more to give back in the sense of educated black men or women. Now, first, as an educated black man, I have three things that I can give you: money, knowledge, and just the image of me, just the image of an educated black dude in the sense that, a dude in the suit, a dude who's clean cut, a dude who speaks appropriately. So kind of like my image, I guess. That's the third thing I can give you. Now, the women, I guess you can say, have the same thing, right? They can give you money, they can give you wisdom, they can give you the image. But here's the problem: it comes down to responsibility. An educated black man has to take care of his family. What people forget is that I'm wanting to create a new family, but I also have an existing family that probably needs my financial assistance just as well, right? A lot of dudes, what motivates a lot of black men to do well is not necessarily the fact that they want to provide for their new family. They still have their existing family to care for, right? The men, historically, men stay within their family, right? Women leave the family when they get older. That's why if you look at Asian cultures, the families at one point in time, they were giving up their daughters for adoption or killing their babies if they were women, female, because they knew when she got to a certain age she would leave the family and go with her husband's family. But the males were supposed to stay and help out with the family, right? So already, right, our finances are already being accounted for, right? A dude making six figures already knows where a lot of his money's going, right? Take care of the mom, get his mom out of the situation she's in, take care of the dad's medical bills, take care of the little sister's schooling, right? Not, and that's not even counting, if he starts dating and taking care of himself, and raising his own family. So his money's already stretched, right? But let's look at the women. Historically, right, women leave and they go to the family that they're marrying into, right? But in terms of modern culture, that doesn't happen. The woman goes from pretty much her home to doing her own thing, and if she wants to get married, right? So she doesn't really have responsibility. The weight of taking care of her pre-existing family isn't there, especially if she has brothers, uncles, and all that other stuff. That weight is not necessarily placed upon her, right? Her money, she's not thinking about setting up shop, for her family, because that's not her burden, that's not her responsibility. It's easy. I'm not trying to knock professional women, but it's easy for a woman to graduate, right? Go be a secretary, or go be like a lower management, type of role, make 36, 40, and live well. Drive a nice car, something foreign, have a nice TV, have a nice condo or a nice apartment, in the in the nice uptown part of the city, and just live out her life that way, right? She doesn't have to give back. It's not her responsibility, right? But as black people, right, shouldn't it be the educated, class, shouldn't it be our burden to give back? Whether you're male or female, shouldn't it be our responsibility as a whole to share our wisdom and what made us get to where we got, right? Isn't it? And if anything, who has more to spare? Who has more to pony up? The men who have all these other things to take care of, or the women who just have to look out for themselves? Who has more to give back? I mean, just think about it, right? The women already outnumber the men, right? So they have that going for them, right? They don't have to necessarily worry about taking care of their existing family, and they don't have to necessarily worry about setting up shop for their future family. All they have to do is worry about taking care of themselves, right? So if she has a job making six figures, right, a lot more of that money is just all hers. The majority of that money is all hers. She could do whatever she wants to do with it. But for the dude, the majority of that money is not his. He'll be lucky to maybe have half of it, right? The other half is going to family, is going to saving, is going towards his kids' college education fund, is going to all these other different sources, right? and still we manage at least to do a better job of giving back than the women do, right? Because we can't necessarily give you our finances, but we can give you our wisdom, and our image. But the women are better suited to give you all three. The women are better to give you finances, as well as their knowledge and as well as their image, right? But we don't pull them. We don't ask them to step up. We don't want them to share their experiences. Even look at the sororities, right? I'm from Southern California, so I know it's different from different states and different places, but I see more of the frats doing stuff in terms of getting school-age children involved in their own future than I do the sororities, right? They know how to socialize, right? They know how to, beef with each other. But in terms of helping out the community, they do a piss poor job of doing so. And if they do anything, they only look out for who? Other women, right? Other females. But it's up to the black male to, include everybody. And we do so. I'm not saying that we're complaining, but we do so happily, we do so gratefully, we do so. We're honored to do so. We are honored to help out our community. But for the women, it's not like that. It's a burden to them, so they don't do it at all. Because what's theirs is theirs, but what's ours, or what's mine should be shared with everybody. Alright? So let's equal it up. Tell me how you feel. Take it easy.